Even historians don't always get it right the first time. Few of us question information we find in historic texts that we know are not politically influenced. The location of a particular structure in a relatively small community would seem to fit that non-controversial category, especially if it has been referenced in a number of publications long after being first mentioned. We assume that the material would have been appropriately researched and accepted as fact. Why would we not? Right into the 21st century, periodicals and at least one book cited the location of Highland Park's 19th century Gray Electric Company factory as being on Beach Street at St. John's Avenue. Inventor Elisha Gray had come to Highland Park in 1871 and built a home on Hazel Avenue. He also bought nearby property and was said to have built a manufacturing plant on St. John's at Beach Street. But is that where it actually was? As the city's 150th anniversary approached in 2019, the Highland Park Historical Society commemorated the occasion with a pictorial tribute to William W. Boyington at the downtown Highland Park Metro Station. A renowned architect who became one of the city's early mayors, Boyington designed Gray's plant, and a photo of it was included in the station plaque. But something about the photo led an Historical Society board member to take another look at the plant's history. The north side of Beach Street, east of St. John's, where Gray's plant was said to have been, had long been associated with homes for aged and disabled railroad men, and early 20th century property plats showed the area had been almost entirely residential. In 1910, a new building with rooms for over 100 former railroad men, later known as Villa St. Cyril, was opened on that same property. So where really was Gray's plant? Close examination of the photo of the factory shows the shadows of trees on what would have to have been the north side of the plant if it really was along Beach Street facing St. John's. Yet, no matter what the time of day, it would be hard to find a building in Highland Park with sunlight on its north side. Some photos also show tracks in the foreground with no street between them and the plant. So what happened to St. John's? It would have to be concluded that shadows on the building were caused by afternoon sunlight from the southwest, indicating that the building was on the west side of the tracks facing east. This determination could be supported by a 1909 map which identified some 50 acres of property west of the railroad tracks in that area as being owned by the Gray Electric Company, where homes for its workers had also been built. A co-founder of the Western Electric Company, Gray died in 1901, meaning he could only have operated his factory for less than 10 years, since it was still in the planning stage as late as 1891. The empty shell of the plant burned in a fire in 1908. The next year, the property it stood on was sold to a developer who built more houses on the site. The Historical Society initially accepted the earlier version of the plant's location. It was only after new light was shed on the subject that a different concept emerged.